Hello everyone. This is me, Dr. Inam Ullah Khan, founder AI Explain You Science. This is one of the masterclass about how to write a research paper. Last day it was a bit disaster because I invited Professor Marcus from Germany, and we was having some issues, but this time I hope that we will be not having any issue because only I'm live at the moment, and I think there will be no such issues in this session. So let's start with our session. I hope many of the people already knows me. If someone will be having any questions or like that, they can ask me anytime. I'm just going to say to my students and fellows if they can join me, if they want to join me, that will be great. Join us now. Let me tell them as well. Join us now. Live. Okay. So if we start with the conversation earlier than conversation, I think it is really much important that we should discuss about who am I. So the most important thing, the channel I'm coming live, that is AI Explain You Science, and I'm the founder of this company. And it's been almost 7 to 8 years I'm working in this company as a founder, and my journey was a bit difficult, but I started my journey back in, I will say, like in 2008. I completed my schooling, and then I went for college. It was in Pakistan, Peshawar, and I did my college life over there. And then my bachelor's degree was in computer science from Abdul Wali Khan University, Mardan. Onward, I pursued my master's and PhD from the same university, ISRA University, Islamabad campus. Uh, During my PhD, I got an opportunity at ISRA University, no, at King's College London. It was a program of HEC, Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. Um, with that activity, it was a great exposure for me to learn more about research because I was more into research when I was in my master's. In my master's, I did publish nearly around 30 papers and one authored book, which I did published in Germany. That was my first, like, it was a feeling to me when I published my first book in Germany. Like, I was super happy and excited about that journey. When it was published and live, it was a next level achievement for me. And that given me fuel to work more about it. And after that, it was something like that, to be very honest, that I was writing papers. Initially, I was a person like I like to do research a lot and I want to connect with a lot of people. So, like, this is something journey. Like, I will be telling all of you about my journey as well. But the most important thing in this session, we will be doing every day these sessions. We will be trying to look into sessions that you guys should learn something from me and from my exposure and my experience. I will recommend all of you that try to do study and work hard, because during my masters I was doing my job as well. With job I was doing my research and my studies as well. You know that in third world countries like in Pakistan, I will particularly say about my country. So over there it was something like that, that it was taught program as well. Taught program means, like, I will say, like, it was something like that you need to study some uh, like subjects, and then after that you go for research. I personally started my research when I was in second semester almost. second semester of my masters. It was a bit like stuff for me like this as well, because like when I was in my bachelor's degree, I was something like that I should do engineering and I should write with myself engineer word. It was like, that it is something like that you guys might be relate with it, because like when we are in college, so we always used to go for titles. We like titles a lot and we should do work that relates to some titles, like especially engineer. And right now I'm a PhD, so I got the title of doctor. So at that time I was more interested to get the title of engineer, but unfortunately I went for the bachelor's degree in computer science. In our country, because of computer science, you cannot get any title like that, but for electrical and something like that, for the other engineering, you can get it. Anyhow, so I was switching my degree from computer science to electronic engineering, and I studied one zero semester as well. And in that zero semester, there was some prerequisite courses which I studied, and it helped me a lot during my master's other subjects as well, because it was a foundation for me, and it was really great to learn more about the basics of research, because you know that when you guys are studying about statistic, and I hope that some of you have studied statistic in your bachelor's degree, and it is somehow like that it is super boring. We think and we believe that why we are even studying statistic, it is super bad, because like all the time mathematics, calculations, formulations, it's so tough for us being a bachelor's degree student to realize this, that this is the thing, it will be helping us in the near future. But when like being a bachelor's degree student, everyone believe that we are just studying this, it's a subject, it's a nonsense subject we used to study. But I will personally say that statistic as a subject will help you a lot um, during your research. So I started my research, to be very honest, when I was in second semester of my master's degree. I was studying, I was doing job, I was doing research. It was super hectic, but I started it. And I started initially with a very low level journals, to be very honest. Like people was just coming, and like you can say like it was something like that people was something like that they want to publish their papers, like every person paper would be published in that journals. It was initially a new thing for me, to be very honest. I was not aware about it, but I started writing papers. Like through that, I will say that my writing skills improved a lot, and my English writing was super bad and terrible at that time. But I was writing papers. It was super great reading. That helped me a lot when I started writing. And when I started writing, it was something like that I was thinking a lot about papers. I was studying papers. Right now, it is the era of AI, so all of you are like going for AI. All of you go for something like that you guys go with AI, try to give a prompt, and they give you a lot of things. But for me, it was not an experience like that at that moment. And it was uh, Shahab Corvette. Okay, I know you. Thank you so much for joining us. But I will say that to be very honest, it was the time when I was writing papers. I was studying a lot. I was studying a lot. If it was a paper about mobile ad hoc networks, at that time I was working a lot on mobile ad hoc networks. Like you guys can say that mobile ad hoc networks was some sort of networks, because I studied networks a lot in my bachelor's degree. and even did some trainings like Cisco Certified Network Associate and Cisco Certified Network Professional. Even like a training I did about Cisco Certified Internetwork Expert. It was all trainings I did. There was a lot of trainings I did about computer networks. That's why that made my mind to write something about ad hoc networks. And I was thinking that ad hoc networks is quite easy, and I started working on mobile ad hoc networks. So, like you guys can say that right now, the family of ad hoc networks is somehow like vehicular ad hoc networks, um, ship ad hoc networks, wireless and networks, and wireless ad hoc networks. Even right now, it is very much popular. Even I did my PhD on that as well. That is flying ad hoc networks. So there is a variety of ad hoc networks, but at that time I was writing papers about mobile ad hoc networks a lot, and it was some basic journals. Like even you guys can say that it was a bit fake as well, like you can say, which I do not count right now in my journey, but I will say that at that time that fueled me a lot, and I started working on it. And I when the paper at that time was like I was publishing papers at that time, I was just putting on Facebook. At that time I was not on LinkedIn, so I was putting that over there, and I was feeling happy when my friends and my family and someone used to comment like congratulations and something like that. It was a extraordinary moment for me, that I published something, and I was super happy and excited about it. Really, that moments I personally can never ever forget that moments, because uh, while you are new in anything and you guys try to write anything and you guys get an appreciation from a professor, from a journal, from an expert, from a what do you guys call it, from a scientist. So it was a really great moment for me, that to be very honest, I was feeling so much happy and excited that see I got some achievement. And then I was doing a lot, and I was working and studying a lot to publish more papers and more things. So I was publishing that papers, I was writing papers, and I will say that at that time I was just reading papers and just trying to write, and I was only going for survey papers. Because you guys, let me tell you one thing, like if we categorize what is a research paper, so I will categorize it in some ways. Like one, we call it a survey paper, one we call it a review paper, one we call it a technical paper. So like you guys can say, right now I'm not categorizing that thing, that what is a conference, a journal, and a book chapter. I will be going towards that thing as well. But right now let's categorize this, that what is a research paper. So if we talk about a survey paper, so you guys gathered a lot of data from a lot of papers, and the topic should be super novel, like it should be new, it should be interesting, that people should say, okay, in this area less people have worked. And let's say even if someone have worked as well, let's say 1,000 or like million people have worked on it, it's fine. But you guys should find out some facts and figures to make your paper much more interesting, and to make a survey paper. Because like if being a researcher, if I'm going to study survey paper, so I will be saying that why should I study a survey paper. The if myself, I'm going to answer this, so I will be saying that publishing a survey paper or studying a survey paper helped me a lot. Because minimum I will say that it's having 100 plus papers, and like many papers they reference it and they study it and then they write that survey paper. There is no technical results in the survey paper, no technical results are there. sometimes people do evaluate the things, like let's say people take some data from 5, 10 papers, 20 papers, and they evaluate and compare with like the study which was happened last 5 years right now. So it all happened like this, like a comparison or something like that. They used to put some comparison through pie chart, through histogram, and through these things. So it is super duper easy, I will say, but tough as well, because collecting data, like if I will talk about, like someone is studying management science, so they will be going to collect data, and then they will be trying to use Power BI, SPSS, and like these are the tools they use to like evaluate that data and make that what do you guys call it, like the charts and like the figures. So you guys can say like many survey papers uh, do not have technical results. Like if I'm going to talk about a technical result, so technical results are something like that, that you guys can call it, that if someone do coding, programming, and like through Python, through NS2, through NS3, through MATLAB, if they are going to do coding for an algorithm, they implement that algorithm on some particular data set they used to work, and then they like simulate that results. So taking that results, you guys will call that technical results. So which like survey paper doesn't have any technical results. So if you guys are going to go for the survey paper, it's easy to work on it. Like let's say if you guys are going to work on flying ad hoc networks, if I talk about flying ad hoc networks, or let's say if we talk about Internet of Things, you know that in every home there is like smart devices, like a mobile phone, like light, fan, everything. And that all of these things are connected through internet, so that we call it like IoT devices. Through that IoT devices, we can like make our work easier, and it help us in many things. So to be very honest over here, if someone is going to write a paper about Internet of Things, so I will suggest that they should make a novel topic. Like, look, the area is right now finalized, Internet of Things, but if they are going to make a title, so they should be trying to go for a routing protocols. In routing protocols, they need to specify that topic, like let's say reactive routing protocols for Internet of Things. It can also happen because like there are a lot of topics like reactive, proactive, and hybrid. These three are the types of protocols. If someone is working on routing protocols, I hope might be someone is live and someone have worked on routing protocols. During bachelor's degree, maximum students in the Asian countries, they used to study the book called Behrouz Frozen. So they used to study that thing, and then they like you guys can do work on it. But for simulation, initial simulation of a protocol can be happen on Cisco Packet Tracer. You guys can do utilize Cisco Packet Tracer, and like that is the initial experimentation which the bachelor's degree students used to do that. But you guys cannot use the Cisco Packet Tracer like topological scenarios or the work within your research paper. Might be in the old time someone did that, but it is super wrong to like to work on Cisco Packet Tracer and then show to the professor or to a journal that, or even in a conference paper, that you guys should say that I did this work. This is not a novelty. I did that mistake in my PhD. When I in PhD, I was thinking that might be my professor will be not he will be not aware about Cisco Packet Tracer and these things, because I changed my degree from computer science to electronic engineering, and in my PhD as well, I was thinking that might be my professor will be not aware about it. So let me dodge him. So like you guys can do search my professor as well, the professor I did my PhD. His name is Professor Professor Dr. Ayam Qureshi, Ijaz Mansoor Qureshi. He died in previous years. Um, he was a full professor in Air University, and also I was associated with Young Shah Ding at King's College London as well during my stay at King's College in during my PhD, because I was a visiting researcher during my PhD at King's College. So it was a good thing for me to learn something. So the time when I was in my PhD, it was the start time, and I was showing. I thought that okay, my professor don't know about this thing, Cisco packet tracer, and let me dodge him. And I did some simulation. I went to my professor and I said to him, "That professor, I did this work, and I think this is super good." I thought that my professor will be happy, and I thought that my professor will say that, "Okay, your research is done. You will have a degree, or like what do you call it? Like you can start writing a paper or something like that." It was. Uh, Unfortunately, he knows all of these things, and which I, as a fool person, I went over there, and it was my professor said me, Inam, you should work on NS2. I said that, sir, I'm not aware about NS2. NS2 is a tool where you guys can do simulate the things. You guys can call that network simulator tool. Right now here in Europe, as right now I'm in Sweden, so many researchers who are working in routing protocols, secure communication protocols, they used to work on NS2, NS3, OpNet, SIMnet. These are the tools they work on it. And they used to work on some algorithms, some protocols, they generate some results, and then they utilize it. So that is some sort of a technical work. So in survey, you guys do study a lot of papers, study one paper, and then write the introduction, then study a lot of papers, and then write the background, and then you guys can go for some subtopics as well. So it all happens like this in the survey. But if I go with the technical paper, and if I do compare the technical paper with the survey paper, so I will be saying that the technical paper is having some technical results, which I already discussed with you guys, that there should be some novel results about it. Like there should be a novel algorithm, might be a novel data set. If someone is working on AI, if someone is working on embedded systems, they will have some novel architecture, a framework, and they need to have some novelty in that thing, some new innovation. Like I always say to my students a lot that if someone is working on AI algorithms, or either machine learning, deep learning, federated learning, so they should go for like easy stuff. So it's super easy. It's not too much easy, but that experimentation is quite easy to do it. So people can go for hybrid algorithms, and they can achieve it quite easily. Some good results, they can achieve it. It takes time. Like you guys need to do a lot of experimentations, and after that experimentations, you see that which algorithm is working well. Even you guys can go for some hybrid algorithms, like to mix up some two and three algorithms and make one algorithm from that. So that can also happen. So this is the basic difference in between survey paper and what you guys call it, technical paper. So in the technical paper, it is totally different, and the survey paper, it is totally different. While in the review paper, if someone say you that I'm going to write a review paper, so let me give you an example. Let's say if it is a topic like we was discussing about Internet of Things, and if you guys are going to write review paper about Internet of Things, let's say, like do suppose this thing, that if someone is having like in the entire world, Internet of Things, on the topic of Internet of Things, around 1000 papers are published, and you guys do collect all that 1000 papers and write one review paper from it. So you guys will call that what? A review paper. Got it? So these are what this we call it. One is survey paper, one is a review paper, another one is a technical paper. In a technical paper, there will be some simulation results, there will be some experimentation. Might be the experimentation you guys do it on SPSS, do some collect data. Like recently, one of my colleague, one of my good friend of mine and my mentor as well, Professor Marcus, he's collecting data from around the world, and then he's evaluating that data, and then he's going to write a paper. Like it's been almost a year he's collecting data. 1 year it's been like that, and he's collecting data, and then he's writing papers. So it's something like that. So that can also comes under the category of technical paper. Right now, moving towards the difference in between why a person should go for a conference paper. This should be a question, I think so. Because like if we are going for a conference paper, so I will say that just to give a basic idea, if you guys are having a basic idea and you guys want to give that basic idea to the people, so you guys will be going for the conference paper. Conference paper are super easy. You guys can do right. Like I will suggest that if you guys are having a good idea, you guys can do write that in 1 week, maximum in 1 week. You guys can also write it in 2 days. So it's not that much difficult, because uh, like if I do talk about the conference paper, so like there will be abstract. Abstract is the entire summary of the paper. Then you guys can see that there will be an introduction section. After the introduction section, there will be a section about related work. Related work is all about literature. And literature, you guys study a lot of papers, and then you guys find a gap about that. So that is what that we call it a literature. So in papers, once you guys are going to write that, so that is a related work. So abstract, introduction, then literature study. Then after that, you guys will be going for the methodology. If you guys have worked on some AI algorithms or like that, so then you guys need to mention about the data set initially, and then you guys should go for the like for the algorithm. You guys need to write the pseudocode, either pseudocode or either the flow chart, or either I will say even we go for one another thing as well, like flow chart, either I will say like pseudocode, and one another thing as well. We go with that flow chart, and like these are the stuff we used to go for it, like pseudocode, flow chart. Yes, we go for these things most of the time. And then after that, we go for the like the we call it like comparing it with the traditional algorithms or something like that. So comparative study, that is really much important. You guys must need to add that even in the I will say in the results section as well. That is really much important. After that, I will suggest that you guys need to write the conclusion and future directions, and then references. Keep in mind, whenever you guys are going to write a reference, so like it must be from the last 5 years, because then people will not rely on you. So this was the talk of a conference paper. Conference paper minimum should have 5 pages, 6 pages, up to like it's wholly solely like that. In some papers, people go with 11, 12 pages as well, but maximum I will say like the conferences will allow you, but conferences are paid because like publisher take charges of it. So this is really much difficult for a researcher to like squeeze the work. So I will suggest and recommend all of you, if someone is writing a conference paper, so just write it in 5 pages and that's it. Just summarize the things, make it short, and like write it in a way like this. So this is a conference paper, just to give an idea to someone. Even here in Europe, it is a very common trend. If someone is doing PhD, so in the initial days, they go for the poster competitions as well. Like it's like a normal routine thing. Like if a PhD student is going to present their idea, so they used to make a poster, and then they used to present that in a conference, or either in their monthly meeting, they used to present that, and many people come, and they used to like through that they used to do connectivity. It's all about connectivity. So people connect with the right people, they see their work, how that person is doing, and then they're like, they take help from the other people as well. So that's super good, really interesting. So conference papers, you guys only write it for one thing, to go for them, just to give an idea to someone. So that is a conference paper. If we are going right now to a book chapter, so book chapter is really much interesting, but it is very much heavy to write it. It is maximum most of the time free of the charge, and some publishers are taking charges of the book chapter as well, because it is considered very prestigious. And you guys can say that maximum book chapters are having like 20 pages. The page limit over there is too much, like you guys can go even for 30 pages, 40 pages, it's something like that. And they allow you for it, it's not that problem. But you guys can do publish it in Scopus indexing, you know that indexings, we will talk about indexing one day, because this is really much important. Like a lot of people do not know about even indexing, what indexing means. So I will talk about that as well. Like once we say that this is a Scopus index conference, this is a conference like which is only indexed in Google Scholar, so we will talk about that. So you guys have seen like the similar sort of a pattern can be involved within the book chapter as well. But there is one thing that you guys need to expand the writing. You guys need to write the things in a very long way. And once you guys are going to write that in a very long way, so people like that thing. And like I will, if I'm going to give an example about a book chapter, so it can be something like this. Let's say I did spend almost 14 to 15 years in teaching and research. It's been almost 14 to 15 years. I'm doing research, teaching to people around the world, like in Canada, not like in I will say in Spain, in Malaysia, in India, in Pakistan, in I will say in Germany, in like right now I hope it will be in Sweden as well. So like I'm working globally around the world and meeting people and like teaching them, and like it's all about research. I'm doing that. So when I'm doing that, so what I see that people go for a book chapter when, let's say I have a 15 years of experience. Many people, being a professor, they are having 30, 40 years of experience. And if someone give an invitation for a book chapter, so they used to write their entire life journey on that topic, and then they submit that. So you guys cannot believe that how much worth it will be having like that. So, okay, we are having a question here as well. Okay, let me complete this, then I will come to you on this thing. So, to be very honest, writing a book chapter is a tricky, and it's a bit long as well. It takes time, because minimum 20 pages you must need to write. And I will say that even you guys can go for like more than 20 pages as well. Like some book chapters I have seen, it's been like 40, 50 pages and something like that as well. So it's a similar things are happening here, but it should be very much long. It should be like too much in explanation. Like you guys need to do a lot of explanation of the book chapter. Like if you guys are going to write introduction, it should be long enough, and it should be very much interesting, and like something like that, it should be long. And like I want to say like where we use AI in research, like in website, which type of research website would be best, integration of AI in it for which functionality. Okay, this is a good question. Like I will say that AI, like for a basic researcher, I will say if someone is going to do research, so I will say like try to go for the prompting. You guys should be super good enough in prompting, like in ChatGPT, in Gemini, in Claude, in like any tool you guys see like this. So you guys should be so much familiar with these things, to because right now the things become so much easier for everyone. If you like, I was doing my literature study, so it took me at least 6 to 7 months And right now people do it maximum in 15-20 days. They, if you guys are going to find a problem, so right now AI makes the things easy for you. You guys give a prompt. I was looking for papers, so I was not getting papers easily. Right now you just give a prompt about a topic, and AI like Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, and these things gives you a lot of papers about that topic. So I was searching for topic for about papers. I was not getting that papers. Right now, you just give a prompt to AI, to Gemini, to these things, and you guys get a lot of papers, and it makes your life easy. So, like, I was like working for about 6 to 7 months only to find a problem, finding a problem. And right now, I said it too much. Like in the last previous session, Professor Marcus was even saying that right now, in 3 hours, you guys can write an entire paper. Entire paper, you guys can write it through AI. Later on, you if you guys are having a good idea, make it happen through AI, then change it. Then change it in your own wordings, and that's it. You guys have a paper. But if you guys want to do a proper study, literature study, like to do study a lot of papers, so there are a lot of tools available. And right now, you guys should be not a person like this. Like I still see many people right now as well. They used to say, why should we use AI tool? It's not good. It's not good enough. But I think that I believe in this thing that without AI, life is super difficult. It makes our life easier. So use it. Why not? Okay, so most of the people have issues with AI detection. Yes, that's true. I totally agree with it. But still, I believe that AI can help you. AI can help you in finding out papers. It's difficult to find. Like, let's say if you will be saying to a professor, he will be super busy. You will go to a Gemini and say to them, to Gemini, that find me papers about that. So it's super easy. Just find it. That's it. So it like it's a good thing. Yeah, there is an issue with AI detection. The time when I was doing PhD, there was no AI, and to be very honest, like we was writing in our own words. So even right now, yes, people face this thing as well, that if someone is writing in their own words as well, sometimes they detect that this is AI. Yes, I have seen this as well. But yes, if you guys do write the things in a good way, so I don't believe that there will be any AI detection or something like that. Like the way, if you guys will be aware about Turnitin as a software, like we as a professors and like someone in faculty, they used that thing. So it is really much important that you guys should be aware about these things. Like once you guys write a paper, so you guys need to pass through Turnitin. And even in Germany and in some other countries of Europe, there is another tool as well. They used to check through that tool as well. But like globally, Turnitin is a tool you guys can do check the plagiarism, like the similarity index you need to check through that. And also I will say that the AI detection you guys can check through that. So that was the talk about book chapter. Like the topics you guys can do change it. If it is a survey, it will be only like topics. You guys will be trying to talk about that topics, making some figures, good figures. It's like every paper needs a good figure. Is it a conference paper? In a conference paper, let me explain this. In a conference paper as well, there will be a survey paper. In a conference paper, there will be a technical paper. In a conference paper, you guys can find a review paper as well. So these are the categories. Simply in the journal paper as well, there will be a category for survey. There will be a category about review. There will be a category about technical paper. So in the similar thing in the book chapter as well. In the book chapter as well, you guys can see like a survey paper. You guys can write a survey paper about that topic. You guys can do write a technical paper about that topic. You guys can do write a review paper about that topic. So it is same. But these are the categories. You guys need to work on it. So how to write a paper? Like these are some topics. If I'm going to talk about the topics, so it's just same, almost same. Like abstract, introduction, literature, methodology, and what I will say, results and discussion, conclusion and future directions, and references. References are the most important thing. Sometimes you guys even go with acknowledgements as well. So, like, I hope that you guys have learned these things right now, and because like many students was asking about like how to write a research paper. So writing a research paper is something like that. Let's say if we anyone is going to write a conference paper right now, you all are writing, like maximum of my students who are listening me, so they are working on a conference paper because uh, like we from AI Explain You Science, we are having a lot of conferences this year. Like this year, we are having a conference in Azerbaijan. 2 days we was there. Then we was right now an activity of a conference in Uzbekistan. 2 days, 29 and 30th June, and then we will be having in September. We will be having a conference in Berlin and Ulsan in Germany. Then we will be having an activity, a conference in Malaysia, and then in December we will be having a conference in UK. So it's a whole like this year we are having a lot of conferences. So people are writing papers. If someone is a bachelor student, if someone is doing a master's degree, if someone is doing a PhD, and even if someone is doing a postdoc. So for some people it is a requirement. For some people they used to do it to make their profile good. So uh, I will suggest that do start writing a conference paper. It is super easy. Let's discuss about the introduction. Like before moving towards the introduction, I will be trying to talk with all of you about like uh, writing a conference paper is super easy. Why? Because maximum you guys go for 5 pages, and abstract always it should be written on the top. I will say that firstly you guys need to write about the topic of your paper. After that you guys need to write about the authors, how many authors should be there. Yes, right now people go with a lot of authors. That is not too much good. Try to go with the less authors. 6 7 authors are enough. Not Do not go with 7 authors, it's like then too much. So when there will be less authors, it's super good. So I will recommend that go with less authors because I know that many students need funding for the conferences. So less authors are good. Go with less authors and publish your papers. It will be considered much more credible, and people will trust you. So the thing about a conference paper, first is a title, then abstract. It is written on the top, but you guys, whenever you guys are going to write an abstract, so I will recommend that start the paper from introduction. I will right now break down the introduction in 3 parts. I will recommend you, if you guys are going to write an introduction, so the first paragraph should be about application history of that topic. You guys can do write 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph, and cite some research articles in it and reference that articles properly. And then after that, for the second paragraph in introduction section, you guys will be going for the problem. What are the problems within that area? Let's say if we are talking about Internet of Things, or let's say if we are talking about drones. So what are the challenges and what are the problems within drones? You guys need to write down in 1 paragraph or either in 2 paragraph. um, and then after that you guys will be going for the solution. These are like the 3 paragraphs you guys need to write it down. First paragraph about history or either applications. I personally prefer not to go with the history because you know that if you guys write it down the history, it will have a lot of AI or like similarity index, because you can guys cannot change the dates. In the history you guys can never ever change the dates. Let's say if someone say that IBM is a company and they built this thing, this machine, like HP is a company and they built this thing. So you guys cannot change the dates. So that's why I will personally prefer all of you that do not go with the history. History is something like that, it can never be changed. So I will prefer you go for the application. Let's say if I'm going to write something about Internet of Things, so I will study one paper about the Internet of Things and their applications, and I will start writing about the applications. Like Internet of Things are widely used in industries, in healthcare, in education. Like I will try to write like this. So these are like applications. Then in the second paragraph, when I'm going to write about the Internet of Things problems, what are the problems? Like Internet of Things are highly vulnerable because they are static on one place. They cannot move. Some IoT devices can move, but it is still having a lot of problems in movement and these things. So I will say that that IoT devices are super vulnerable to cyber attacks. So these are the problems. It can devalue the power constraints, and it can also have issue about the end-to-end communication. There is a lot of problems in it, even with the bandwidth, with the speed, while they are communicating. Two IoT devices are communicating with each other, so they also have a trouble. So that paragraph will be the second paragraph about the problems. The third paragraph will be about solutions, like the solution you guys are going to give. If it is a technical paper, so you guys will be having some solutions. You guys will be having a algorithm, and then you guys will be saying, so you guys will not directly say that this algorithm is giving us results and you guys will be writing about that a paragraph. No, you guys will be saying in journal. Let's say if the algorithm was in deep learning, if the algorithm was in federated learning, so you guys will say it, the deep learning is having like novel techniques to tackle up with the cybersecurity things in IoT or something like that. So in the third paragraph, you guys must need to write about the solution, but it should be in journal. Then after that, it will be better enough to put what do you guys call it, a figure about Internet of Things. Make a figure, and always make a figure by yourself. And if you guys are not going to make it by yourself as well, and if you guys are going to take an idea from some other thing from other place, so try to reference it properly. Okay, but I will recommend that try to go and research some figures about Internet of Things or any topic you guys are working. So then over there, you guys should do what? You guys should make your own figure, do some changes, like put some novelty or some new things in it, and draw it in Canva, in any other good platform. But there should be a source with you guys, a source files, because sometimes the publishers wants that file from you guys for editing and something like that while it is going for publication. So after that figure, you guys need to write the major contribution points of the paper. It must be in the introduction section. Major contribution points can be 3, 4, up to 5. And then after that, you guys need to write 3 to 4 lines. Like you guys will say that in section 2 it will be literature, in section 3 it will be methodology, in section 4 it will be results and discussion. That you guys should write it down after the at the end of the introduction. And then after that, you guys will be going for the literature. Literature part is super interesting because you guys need to study about the problem, find a problem. So what I personally recommend to researchers, because you guys are writing a literature study, so I personally recommend to the researcher to go and write the limitations. Let's say if you guys have studied 200 papers for the literature, so I will personally recommend that go and write at least because conference paper is super like small, like less in size. So I personally recommend that um, go for at least 10 papers, cite it down in the literature, and try to write about the limitations about that papers. Like let's say if you guys do study paper 1, so what sort of a limitation paper 1 is having. So this is the most important thing. Then after that, like in introduction and in literature, especially in literature, if you guys can put a table, and that table should be having some 5 to 10 papers or something like that, and it should be having showing some limitations or like that. That will be perfect, that will be super great. So in the introduction section, in the literature section, you guys need to reference a lot of papers. But in the methodology section, because you guys need to do some innovations or something like that, like go for some innovative stuff, might be and making a new algorithm, might be a framework, might be an architecture. So over there, no need to reference anything. Sometimes you guys need to reference it, because like if you guys are working on some traditional algorithms, you guys need to reference it. If you guys have mixing two algorithms and something like that, so it will be better enough to like reference that as well. But very less references are there in the methodology section. You guys need to write the methodology section, like you guys need to write about the pseudocode of the algorithm, explain that, and then comparative study used to compare that with the traditional algorithms. Then after that, you guys need to give a section um, that is a section called, we call it results and discussion. Then you guys need to write a proper paragraph or something like that about the what we call it, about particularly about the results, what you guys have achieved, which algorithm have a good accuracy, bad accuracy, f1 score is good, recall is good. These are the parameters, like you guys need to gauge which algorithm, which AI model is good or something like that. Then after that, you guys will be going for the conclusion and future directions. So once you guys do write the conclusion and future directions, then you guys will go up to the paper, and then you guys will try to write what? The abstract. Because right now you guys are having all the data and information about that paper, and then you guys will write it down that abstract. So it is all something like that. And at the end, like there will be references, but you guys will be writing down from the start. So like a minimum conference paper, I believe that it must be having at least 30 to 32 references must. But it should be what do you guys call it, it must be from the last 5 years. Always reference updated papers, updated and new papers. So today we discussed a lot about papers and something like that. If someone is live right now, I think 4 people are with us. I hope in the upcoming sessions we will be having more, and I want that you guys should learn more about how to write a paper. We will be trying to discuss more about these papers, how to write a paper. We will be going with other activities as well. But I want that all of you should start writing your paper, and do start write a paper. I will just say this about the motivation. Like I always say it in maximum lectures and sessions if I'm teaching in a university or somewhere like that. So just think about it. I hope that might be you all will be up from the like having a, older age than 17 years. And Einstein, when he was at the age of 17, so he started writing his first paper. And just think about it. We are at which age? We need to write a paper. He was also German and he was writing his paper in English. So if you guys are from a different language and writing a paper in English, it's fine. But just start writing it. Start writing it. Once you guys start right now, so one day you guys will be having many. Look at me at the moment. I'm having 150 plus papers right now, with a citation more than 1800 or something like that, with a H index of 22. I did published around 30 plus edited books and also an authored book, and still so many books and publications are ongoing. I'm having more than, I will say, 20 postdoctoral fellows who are working directly with me. And I will say that many PhD students are working with me, many master students, many bachelor students are working with me. I just want to help people. I like to mentor people. And currently my affiliation is, if I will talk about it, just because of research. So because of my HNDEX, Lincoln University Malaysia given me the title of full professor. I'm working there as a full professor. In Multimedia University, I'm working as a postdoctoral research fellow. So postdoctoral research fellow is all about research. I'm a senior researcher at Azerbaijan Construction University, which is a very old university, and we built a what you guys call it, a scientific research lab over there as well. It is super interesting, and like many peoples are working over there in Azerbaijan as well. I'm working in Spain as a guest lecturer, and as a global mentor as well in Spain, IE School of Science and Technology, Spain. I was a visiting researcher at the King's College London, and right now in Sweden, living my life. So let's see, who knows? I have some more opportunities as well, and we can have great things. Also, the main thing, I will never ever forget this thing, because I'm working as a founder, AI Explain You Science. Many interns are working with us, many research scientists, many junior research scientists, many postdoctoral research fellows. They are working with us to make the papers happen, to make their papers become published. So I hope it's a great platform for all of you to join us in the conferences. And I believe to see you all in the upcoming activity, which will be going to held in Tashkent. And also, I will must say about organizers who are organizing the summer schools. Like the summer schools, we are having one summer school about AI, one summer school which will be about intrusion detection system, one summer school we are having about cryptography, one summer school we are having about research. So this 2 months in July, and also in August, we are having some summer schools as well. So join us as an intern, join us as a postdoctoral fellow, join us as a fellow in these summer school. I will be waiting for all of you, and I hope that we will have a good collaboration, and we will do a lot of research. We will publish books, papers, and we'll do like a lot of work with the publishers. So thank you so much for all of you for listening me, and I hope that you guys will share this, subscribe our channel AI Explain You Science. This is very much important. We need a lot of subscribers. So I want that who is listening us and who will be watching this after as well, I want that they should subscribe our channel, like it, and share it with your friends and family. This is very much important, because we need a lot of subscribers, real subscribers who can, like, what do you guys call it, like, can watch our things as well, and support us as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the upcoming activity. Thank you so much. um, Tomorrow we will be having another activity. Take care and bye. So let me end the streaming.